Tampa, Florida. It's the Condors and the USF Bulls. Alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Holly Rowe will be down on the sideline. The Bulls ready to put toe to leather, and here we go. Looking for an alley from inside his own 20. And he'll be stopped. Return gets it out across the 25, stopped at the 26. So the Condors offense will have the first crack at it in this one. And Jesse, the man in the backfield today, not necessarily a superstar. They'll just try to have him grind out the tough yards when they need it.
He needs to be solid in this game. He doesn't need to be a Heisman Trophy winner today for them to win, but he has to get the yards when they present themselves.
Ball is loose. They recover their own fumble. Somehow, who knows how they got that thing back.
Woo. Deep breath, right? Man, you fumble that thing, you cough it up, you're like, oh, I really appreciate you, brother. I can't tell you how much I thank you because the coaches would have been all over me, but big-time break for the offense.
Found that space and picked up 6 out to the 33.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Now on the option. He'll try to get to the marker himself. They got 0 push up front, and they stopped him in the backfield. The Condors send out the punt unit. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. He'll field the punt and look for room. Bust through behind his pad. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. So the USF Bulls offense will now get its first chance with the football. And there he is, this senior wide receiver. He's a good route runner, good solid hands, and a big part of this passing attack.
It's pretty amazing when you watch this offense because they're not very talented. They're average, quite honestly, a lot of spots. Except the guy at wide receiver, David. He is elite. And today on offense, everything should go through him.
And when you've got one of those guys, you've got a chance, right? One guy that puts fear in the defense. And I love that we continue to see guys have real success at smaller levels, right? It's not just the power 4. These are guys that end up getting plucked and go to the next level. You can still be a burner and still have that great speed and route running and develop. And this guy has
finding some room.
And we talked to the coaches coming in, right? Like, they knew they were going to see the option. But the speed is so much faster in the game, and the offense does a really good job getting it to the pitch man pretty quickly, making that read and making a play early in this football game.
Wants to throw. It's Van Buren. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete. And the Bulls lining up, just needing a few tough inches on 3rd down. They'll try to get the first through the air. Oh, he dropped it, and what a missed opportunity early in this football game.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over it from the moment the ball left his hand.
Looking for a push on 4th down. Turning it on. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, USF!
And I'm kind of surprised that That's his first rush of the football game, and they give him the football, and you see why this dude is a baller. Like, give him the ball, he can make people miss, and he can hit home runs, put points on the scoreboard really quickly. Jesse, one touch, one touchdown.
Yeah, and I think the offensive coordinator now is kind of hoping he probably scripted this game a little bit differently. He should have done it on the first drive. They didn't give him any touches, but he's now earned a lot more carries. You're going to see this guy get force-fed now the rest of the game after that run.
From the gun, the ground game. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll run the option. They give it to the freshman, first carry of his career. The officials will stop play as the training staff comes out to look at this injured bull. 3rd and 6 yards to go. Back to throw, it's right. Buys a little time. Excellent pursuit by this defense as he barely gets back to the line of scrimmage.
You could clearly tell that he wanted to throw the football and he wanted to go through the air and make a big play. Defense does a great job corralling him, getting some pressure, and most importantly, getting him on the ground.
And the coverage team surrounding the ball. No chance for the return man to get in there on that one.
And that is why this punter is such a big weapon. He can completely flip the field. He's got a cannon for a leg. That was a moonshot. They were able to get downfield, and now this offense, they've got a lot of work to do if they're going to score.
They'll run the counter. Stopped after a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Odom. He stopped just short of his own 20-yard line, but it is enough for the first down.
And when you run these drag routes, it's super important that your quarterback can really use his eyes. Don't lock in where everybody's going to start looking at you and seeing what's coming. Does a good job, drops back, sees it, and the most important part, puts the ball out in front so he can catch it, get upfield, and make some extra yards after the catch.
Going for the big play. He's got it way down the field. Took it all the way inside their territory, down to the 40-yard line, and that's where they'll set up shop. The Bulls getting set on 1st and 10. Ready, go. Wants to throw it again. He's not afraid to go deep. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go with the ball.
They were on the move, but 2 straight incompletions had them staring at 3rd and 10. Back to throw, it's Van Buren. Bringing the heat. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. And the Bulls will bring the punt team onto the field. He ought to be able to use his first punt to pin him deep. And it looks as if this one's going to carry into the end zone for a touchback. The Condors make their way onto the field to open this drive. This offense has been stagnant so far. 1-2-3 kick the last time they had the ball, and this time really needing to get a score. The keeper on the option. He's knocked down a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. The give to the right. And he's wrestled to the ground.
Well, the defense may have been caught off guard a little bit on that play. It was 2nd and long. They weren't expecting the run. So now we've got 3rd and manageable, and they've got to be wondering to themselves, is this offense going to try to run the ball again here?
Sets up the screen. Tried to set up the screen, and the defense wasn't having it. And it'll be the Condors will call on their punt team. Oh, look at this thing. They may need a flight attendant on that one. And the punt will hit at the 7, and they can't corral it. It goes into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20. South Florida ready to send the offense back onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Grabbed in the middle. It's Sullivan. He is not afraid to use that stiff arm as a weapon as he bangs his way to the 28. The Bulls can really attack on this 2nd and short. Looking to throw, it's Van Buren. Fires to the middle. The short hands, it's Odom. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line. They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on first down. On the ground, it's Isaac. He'll go out of bounds, but a solid pickup on the run.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll try the counter. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
They'll try to drive ahead on 3rd and short. And they make the stop just short of the line to gain. Inches to go. It'll be 4th down. Less than a yard to go for a first down, and the offense will remain on the field. Trying to keep the drive alive. And nothing doing on the ground. This defense having none of it and stopping him on 4th down. They'll have to hurry if they want to get another play off before the quarter ends. Wants to throw on first down. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
Man, the quarterback threw that ball hard, too. And I know sometimes when you're throwing an in-breaking route, you want to get it to your receiver quickly. But when you try to strain and throw it harder, oftentimes your accuracy is what suffers. And you saw it there on the incompletion.
And a short gain on this run, and that will bring us to the end of the first. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on 3rd down. To the ground to try to move the chains. And he'll have to check his fillings after that lick, but he did get the first down. The Condors will snap it on 1st and 10. Leaves it with the back. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
That is how you form tackle. Put your head on him, bring your feet, get him to the ground. That's how you create those little birdies that fly over people's heads when they're running with the football, and you can see him getting woozy. What a great stick by the linebacker.
Powers through the defender. Knocked down for the tackle. They have work in front of them on 3rd and short from the 42. They'll try to run for it. Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the first down. They've got it at the 40. And it'll be the Condors are rolling down the field. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Dragged down after working his way, and those feet were pitter-pattering as he picked up 6.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10. Picked up maybe 3 on the play at 2nd and 7. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Hands it off on the counter. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. They're a perfect 2 for 2 on third down on this drive. They need 8 to move the chains again. Running the option. It's right. No gain on the play. They tried to run for it, and that defense was ready. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on fourth down. This might be a little easier if it were straight on, but a 43-yarder from the right hash. It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. That'll bring him to within 4.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Slips through the line. He's on the loose. And there he goes. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. Boy, nothing electrifies a stadium quite like a return for a touchdown.
It's always so exciting because you don't see them very often. You got to go so many yards, 80, 90 yards at a time. What a great job by the returners, showing the speed, providing the electricity. There's a reason they're all jacked up, and it's because of that awesome kickoff return.
From inside the 15, chance for a good return. Thought he might have had a little room for a second, but he'll be stopped at the 28, and a pretty good job by the coverage unit. The option look. And he got 5 yards on the play, 2nd and 5 coming.
This offense is perfectly fine with a little gain because they're going to make you tackle this all game long. They're going to make you think all game long. So they'll keep running it ad nauseum and just wait for that one opportunity when you don't do your assignment.
Tried to fight his way through that tackle, but he's brought down.
Been impressed with this defense today, guys. Like, just really good job of being physical. And you've seen it show up on the defensive line with linebackers, with safeties. Everybody doing a great job filling gaps, understanding discipline, and being where they're supposed to be. Really strangled this running game for this O.
The Condors will try to pin them back with the punt. You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. The Bulls offense comes out ready to go to work. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on fourth down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
Stopped again, and at least they made it back to the line of scrimmage this time. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Looking downfield, it's Van Buren. Got a man in the middle. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down. And the Bulls come to the line with a new set of downs. Keeping it on the ground inside, it's Isaac.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's brought down after a gain of about 5. Clock comes to a stop as we've reached the 2-minute timeout. Ball's at the 47. They're looking at a 3rd down and short. Looking to throw for it. Finds his man. He's knocked out of bounds. They'll mark it at the 44.
And, man, that's a frustrating end to that play. And I say that, man, because you need to give me everything you have. Like, I can't run out of bounds. I got a chance to maybe get the first down, lower my shoulder, be physical. My team needs a couple more yards to get the first down, and dude chose to run out of bounds.
He's brought down, but not before he picks up the first down and a gutsy call to keep this drive alive. This time he wants to throw. And the defense forced that incompletion with the deflection.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Back to pass on second down. It's complete to the right. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Ball at the 38. The defense will try to get a stop on third and short. Back to throw. It's Van Buren going deep. That ball is intercepted at the goal line.
Not all DBs make the play at the end, right? They can bat the ball down, they can be in position, but they don't really secure the football. Great job by the DB securing the football and forcing the turnover.
On the option. He'll toss it. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And I think that time the quarterback made the wrong read. He was trying to pitch it. He didn't have to, though. There was a lot of green grass and space out in front of him. If he just holds on to that football, he might not score a touchdown, but he's definitely going to be able to at least get positive yards. I think that's a play on the option the quarterback would like to have back.
Wow, this offense is doing nothing. They've already punted 4 times and staring at the possibility of a 5th. Right back to him on the ground. Had nowhere to go, couldn't get it out at the end zone. He'll take the safety. They'll boot it away from their own 20 after taking the safety.
Well, he was trying his best to get out of the end zone, but the penetration up front is what got that safety for the defense. Shooting their gaps, winning the one-on-ones. There was nowhere for that guy to go.
This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Takes the handoff. It's Isaac. Found a little bit of running room on that one, but he's brought down and the clock continues to run. The Bulls use their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Trying to impose their will with the run. Across the 45. Oh, he's got some space. Across the 50 and down and out of bounds at the 44. A good pickup on that one. The Bulls just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. Looking for a man. It's Van Buren. Fires to the wideout. Makes the catch. It's Rodgers. They'll ride him out of bounds after the good pickup spotted at the 25-yard line. And with just a few seconds remaining here in the first half, they'll try to kick a field goal. This is not a straight-on kick, a 42-yarder from the right hash. Didn't make him sweat at all. It's good. And that lead grows even bigger. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Men, thanks. A busy day, so let's waste no time and get you updated on Week 3 action around college football. We begin with Louisville taking on the number 21 team, the SMU Mustangs.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. South Florida has it back, and the Bulls offense will return to the field. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
He'll be stopped after picking up 5, and boy, did he lower those pads and keep those feet moving. The offense changing the play. Back to pass. Makes the grab. It's Odom. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense. The officials will stop play as the training staff comes out to look at this injured bull. Dropping back, it's Van Buren. Pocket breaking down. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide.
And that's really a lot of what we saw in the first half by this defense. We knew coming into the football game, man, this guy's got dynamite. Like, he's got the explosive ability to make plays, throwing the football and running. And kudos to this defense. They've been dialed in, locked in, not giving up the big plays on the ground, understanding he's a threat, and playing him like that.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
And that's a welcome sight. Like, this offense has really, really struggled. Bottom 50 in college football in first downs. So they'll take anything they can get. Nice third down conversion.
He's going to take a shot. Oh, it's picked off. Oh, that's not the way to start a drive.
Hey, guys, I tell you what, man, they went into half. They were ready to rock and roll to start this second half. They put a nice drive together, and then it's just about managing the game, right? Don't take points off the scoreboard. I start to get an area where I'm in field goal range. I'm getting ready to score a touchdown. Be smart with the football. He gets just a little greedy, and the defense makes him pay.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Rides to the back. Works his way for 3 and gets him out to the 5-yard line. When you've already set your punter out 4 times, at least he knows he's going to get his varsity letter, and his leg might get a bigger workout if they don't convert. On the move. Right there to stop him, and that'll be a loss of 3.
And coming out in the second half, this offense, they needed to establish this run game. They needed to get something going. They're losing. They've got to find a way to get a flow, to get a rhythm. And so far here to start this second half, defense picking up where it left off.
Can they catch him? The speed, the shiftiness, the elusiveness, all on display in that sweet return there. This USF offense will open this drive right here. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win in David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
That's caught. It's Odom. Breaks into the open. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. On first down from the 13-yard line. Back to pass, it's Van Buren. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They have been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
The give on the counter. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. It'll be 3rd and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Makes the grab. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first. Now on 4th down, they'll try to come away with 3. And he's already put 1 3 spot on the board. He'll try another one from 25 yards out. Right down the boulevard. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Wide receiver going in motion. Handoff to the lone back. Now after that run, they're in pretty good shape at the 30-yard line.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Keeps it on the option, but nowhere to go. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage. If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a 3rd down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Nice job to get it past the sticks, and they get him down at the 35.
Yeah, and it's so nice. Don't overthink it, right? Just hand it off, get the first down, new set of downs, let's go.
Goes to the option. Keeps it on first down. Oh, he was in the backfield immediately. A 3-yard loss. Couldn't get him blocked on that last one. Now it's 2nd and 14. Give to the back. And they swarm him under.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Here comes the heat. Got it set up on the outside. They don't fall for the screen. Great job retracing and stopping him at the line of scrimmage. And it'll be the Condors line up to punt it away. And these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day. He'll field the punt and try to make something happen. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. South Florida ready to send the offense back onto the field. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
Yeah, I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. And generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll run the option. Now the pitch. There's some room. They get him corralled, but not before. They had their eyes going everywhere trying to keep up with this option attack. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line. On the option. And the ball is free on the pitch. The offense somehow fell on it, and they'll retain possession. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. On the option. Defense makes the tackle, and that will probably be the final play of the 3rd quarter. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. So we open the final period with a 3rd down play. Making side adjustments here. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Got a man. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. And the Bulls will punt it away on 4th down. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He makes a fair catch just outside his own 10 at the 11-yard line. The Condors make their way onto the field to open this drive. When the defense got the stop, they could have used a few more of those earlier. Still a big deficit here late. What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. To the air, it's right. Unloads to the wideout. And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You've got to give this...
And the sack all the way back at the 5.
Well, the defense has the opponent backed up in their own end, and they are pinning their ears back, getting after the quarterback. You see the athleticism and the speed they have up front as they're able to notch that sack.
Looks it in at the 40. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. The Bulls offense comes out ready to go to work. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so you got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen yet.
And they get him down.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles.
There's a crease. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down.
And this offense has really done a nice job on the ground. Like, the ground game has been solid, man. Nice job opening holes, running the football. They've been consistent with the run. And as this game creeps along, right, if they can continue to do this with the lead, this is going to be a game that they're going to have in hand.
He stopped and forced out of bounds just short of the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 11. The Bulls will have it 1st and 10. Looking for a man. It's Bradford. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Bulls. And the pummeling has started. They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start.
Salt into wound, right? Late in the fourth quarter, you can run the football, run this game out. No, sir. I'm going to continue to pad my stats, find my receiver out wide, and get me another touchdown.
And they tacked on the extra point. On the move from inside his 5. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stops. The Condors make their way onto the field to open this drive. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. Ready to fire from the pistol. They'll run it. Stonewalled again. No gain on the play. They keep trying to stick with the running game, but there's not much getting done. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Now on the move. Runs through the tackle. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain.
Quarterbacks generally, guys, we know, they're not as big and not as physical runners as running backs, so it is going to be trickier for them to break tackles. I like the idea of getting the design quarterback run game going, but moving forward, let's see if we can get him out to the perimeter.
He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. Has to get there to move the sticks. He's not going to get there. The defense was sure tackling to stop him a few yards short.
Low man wins. Defense that time on 4th down was expecting run, and you saw at the point of attack how they just dominated. There was nowhere for that guy to go. Defense wins the down. They give it back up now to their offense.
Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Dropping back, it's Bradford. A shot toward the end zone. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Fires toward the end zone. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. It's complete to the left. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9. The offense threatening, close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Falls incomplete, and he did everything perfectly except catch the football. 2nd down coming. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Pressure coming. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
2nd and goal, no dice for this offense. If I'm on offense right now, I'm thinking about who are my mismatches? Who are my big bodies out wide that I can throw them the football and they can make a play over top of somebody?
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And he's got it in the end zone for a touchdown. This is an absolute blowout.
Well, what I love about this team early this year is it looks like they can fight through adversity. They started the year 2-0. This game looked like it was in the balance here in the 4th quarter. But after watching them answer with that last touchdown drive, that shows me they've got the mental toughness to potentially make a run this year.
Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. The Condors make their way onto the field to open this drive. We'll see if that failed 4th down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
Well, you hear about it all the time in football. Go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And, Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were real disappointed not getting that 1st down. You could see it on the sideline. So let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement and get some points.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Snowed under by the defense.
And I think this offense is all but surrendered, right? Like they're down so much, they need to be throwing the football if they want to score a bunch of points to get back in this game. But they got to find something moving forward, man. This was a rough day. This was not a great offensive performance. They got to bounce back the next opportunity, the next moment. Because today, it was not a good day.
Tackle is made right at the 22-yard line. That's not enough for the 1st down. The Condors decide to punt it away. He'll try to make the catch in traffic. They stop him immediately, flying down the field and get to him before he can even get started. South Florida has it back, and the Bulls offense will return to the field. This is quickly turning into a celebration, Jesse, as they've taken control of this game.
And they should feel good about how they've played. They knew they had to come in here, protect home turf. They've gone out, they've run it well, they've thrown it well, David. Really, so much this coaching staff can be happy about.
Yeah, and now it's about stat padding, right? Like you could just put up more numbers. You know this game's pretty good. Don't turn it over.
Here's a little room there. They'll make the tackle, but not before he's got enough to move the sticks and has this defense's head spinning with the option. Looking for a crease, it's Collins. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.